The enemies had wanted to bring shame and disgrace across our way. The devil thought by now our joy would have been stolen away. He thought we'd have been buried like suck away. But thank God we are alive, dining, whining, and partying we take away. Even in health and wealth, we are far stronger than railway. Was it not because the Jehovah had driven Satan and all his agents so far away, treating them in togetherness as great castaway? That is why so many people are wealthy, but they are not healthy. Others got the provision, but they are still dying for lack of vision. But thank God that the owner of our mission has promised to make provision, for he has given us his son, who is the solution to every situation. So let's call him Alpha, who has brought us this far, even before people begin to ask us how far. Let's call him Omega, who has made us to grow mega, beyond the level of any beggar. Because so many people have backed up, others have given up, but we are going up because Jehovah is our backup. Many people are in partnership with hardship, but here we are with him in fellowship. What a great privilege of sonship. And let's approach him with an act of worship and recognize his lordship. Because despite all the crash and clash that has claimed so many lives, we are alive without a scratch. Forever I'll be grateful to you, O God, for you have turned our incredible mess into credible mercy, our misery into ministry, our denial into designer. In place of hard labor, you gave us divine favor, our pressure into pleasure, with a treasure that can never be measured. Your grace turned our disgrace into amazing grace, for everyone around us to be amazed. Jehovah, the great oracle in our tabernacle, you converted our obstacle into miracle without leaving any particle. So let's call him Obamubamu Wojewo Shebamu, because he has turned our frustration into liberation, our stagnation into migration, our confrontation into congratulations, our tribulations into jubilations, our condemnations into recommendations. And he has brought every expectation into manifestation. Amen. What a great perfection. Hallelujah.
Amen.
Who like Jesus? Somebody ask your neighbor, who is like Jesus? Who is like Jesus? Who is like Jesus that maketh the drunkard sober? Who is like Jesus, the lily of the valley, the centerpiece of civilization? Who is like Jesus, the last hope of the common man? Who is like Jesus, the keeper of the whole world? The pillars of the world were formed by his palms. The heavens are singing of his glory, and the wonders of his work displays the firmament. He maketh diviners mad. He is the lily of the valley, the King of kings and the Lord of lords. He is the ancient word, ever true. He made an open shame of death, for on the third day he broke the power of the grave and came out alive. He is the King that is to come. He is God. He is the Almighty. No wonder Isaiah saw him in his sublime glory, sovereignty and holiness, seated upon the throne, high and lifted up. The train of his robe filled the temple. Above him were 96 winged seraphims. With two they covered their feet, with two they covered their face, and with two they fly. They sang one to another, saying, Holy, 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 Lord God Almighty. The whole earth is filled with his glory. Such singing it was that at the sound of their voices, the threshold of the temple shook, and the temple was filled with smoke. Who is like you, O God, among the gods? Who but is as a God except the God of wonders? Who is so steadfast? Yahweh unrivaled. You are great. You are holy. You are mighty. Your wisdom is profound with that all-knowing mind. Your power is vast with his all-conquering arm. Who has ever defiled him without an arm? Who can ever oppose him successfully? Who can ever say, what doest thou? Belshazzar, Nebuchadnezzar, Herod, Goliath, Pharaoh, there is no insight, no wisdom, no one, no plan, regardless of how should and well advised he is, that can stand against the God of Isaac. Who can probe the limits of this Almighty? Who can fathom his mysteries? Even though the wisest man speaks of knowing his mysteries, he will never find out. They are higher than the heavens. What can one do? They are deeper than the depths of the grave. What can one know? Longer in measure and scope is he embroidered than the sea. Can anyone hide in secret place? Where isn't he? Up to heaven, he is there. Who was there when he made the world? Who laid the earth's foundation? At whose command does the eagle soar? Mighty God forever, creator unbegun, unending, magnificent in holiness, mighty in wonders, doing wonders. Great art thou, judge of all, searcher of hearts, holy, mighty, immortal, redeemer from ages past, central strength and song, who again became salvation, the refuge, impenetrable to temptation, and ever present and well tested, good help in trouble, light of our night, star of our hope, light of our night, light of our life, all height immense, unfathomable depth. Holy is your power above all heights. What a wisdom that ordained the sun to rule the day and the stars to rule the night. Greater wisdom that assigned the moon to mark the month. Lord of years, potentate of time, you are the strength and song in the heat of battle. You are the man of war in the days of battle. You are the God of battles, God of armies. Like a strong horn of a mighty fighting bull you are, maker and monarch. In shame you are the glory crown and double honor. In want you are the plentiful supply and never exhausted. Your right hand is exalted. You are robed in majesty, armed in strength, clothed in beauty. There is no reckoning the length of your days. Your right hand is exalted in glorious strength. Your right hand has shattered the enemies. Your right hand has carried the day. Your workmanship is wise enough, amazing to think about, and how well I know it. For over 6 billion people you made in over 6 billion ways. Not even identical twins are alike. Their eye prints, their voice prints, their fingerprints, their footprints, their genetic codes and chromosomes combinations, they are all distinct and unique. Custom designed, one of our kind. Never since the beginning of time has there been anyone like you, and never again. Out of billions of people you made, no one has ever had a heartbeat exactly like yours. In you, oh God, we move. In you, oh God, we live. In you, oh God, we have our peace. For you are unchanged, unmoved, undefeated. The schools cannot explain you. You are the King of kings, and you are the God of glory. Blessed be your name forever.
Somebody make it. Hey! Hey! Hey!